do another kind of vintage pinup tutorial. I constantly get inspired by vintage illustrations. I love some of the artists, especially Gil Elfgren. He did a lot of illustrations in the 50s and 60s. I believe he actually already was doing them in the 40s. And I saw one that he'd done where the girl had a super cute like sailor outfit on. Not only do I want the outfit, but I was inspired to do kind of a sailor pin-up look for you guys. Now, the eyes are, essentially they're kind of a classic pin-up, so quite nude lids, but I'm starting to kind of accentuate the crease here quite strongly. The eyebrows are quite drawn on. I'm wearing fake eyelashes, but then as a little twist to it, I've put some blue, light blue eyeliner. I've used a really kind of light sky blue in my waterline, and this makes your eyes sparkle. It really brings them out. I don't know how well you can see the actual blue on camera. I hope you can, but it does, it changes the color of my eyes a little bit to more of a green, which I like, and it's just, try it. You can start off with a really light blue and then go maybe turquoisey. That looks amazing, especially in brown eyes. I'm also going to show you how to do this hair. It's super simple. This is a headband, so like my shoulder length hair gets kind of lifted even further up, and I've used quite tight hot rollers, so I don't need to pin it up. If you have longer hair, you would just essentially kind of pin the curls up, but it's so simple to do. And I'm also using my favorite new red lipstick. It's very kind of cold red and it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Anyone that I've used it on so far also loves it, and the texture of it is satiny as opposed to totally matte. So this is my only kind of this is actually my only pinup look where I'm using a satiny tone, but I love it, and so keep watching to find out my So without further ado, let's get started. For my foundation, I used my Mercier Silk Cream foundation. I love this foundation. I use it in a couple of shades lighter than I am. I use it in a cream ivory just to get full coverage and to lighten up my skin tone a little bit. And then under my eyes, I use the Make Up For Ever HD High Definition Concealer, and this is also lighter than I normally use, and it's 305. I haven't powdered yet because we're going to use a cream blush, and I'm using the NYX Cream Blush 08 in Hot Pink. Now this is really bright, so be careful with it. So what I do is I take middle finger of both of my hands, actually. I kind of tend to do it at the same time, and then here is the apple of my cheek. I'm going to go a little tiny bit higher, so I'm going to start here. As you can see, it's like so bright, and then I wipe off the excess, but I kind of like, I do it at the same time so I can see I put the same amount of product down, and then you just blend. Then I'm going to use my NYX Milk pencil, and I am going to cover actually most of my lid, and also I'm going to do the inner corner. So just kind of get it in there, and then you're going to blend with your fingers. I also put a highlight just under my brow, and then inner corner and inner corner. And then I'm just going to use my cleaned off middle finger to blend. I'm then going to powder. I'm using my Mercier Translucent setting powder, and I'm going to use this one on my eyelids and then also under my eyes, but I'm actually going to use MAC Mineralized Skin Finish for the rest of my face. It gives just that little bit of extra coverage again. So under my eyes I like to use this. I don't like mineralized under my eyes. And then for the rest of the face, this is in light, and I'm using my Bourjois brush. Oh, the other brush that I just used was the Bobbi Brown eye blender brush. I love it for precise kind of application of powder. Then for the eyes, we're only going to use a couple of colors. I'm using my Naked 2 palette, and I'm going to start off with Foxy, which is like a, it's a very light banana color, I guess. It's a yellowy matte light color, and I am going to use my MAC, oh, it's almost worn off, MAC 252, and I'm going to put this on top of where we just put the milk, so on the moving part of my lid, and as a highlight. I'm then going to take Tease, which is another matte color. You don't need to use the same colors. The important thing with kind of vintagey pin-up looks is that your textures are pretty much matte when it comes to your face. You can play around with slightly glossier textures on your lips, but your face should be fairly matte. And I am using my Inglot 10S brush, and I'm going to look straight in the mirror and then just go just ever so slightly above the crease. And I'm not really going to wing it out much, but what I will do is kind of blend it out a little bit at the corner. Now this should be visible when you look straight in the mirror. So depending on your kind of your own lids, that's kind of where you choose where to put the color. And then I'm just going to use my MAC 217 to blend out the edges. Then use the same color and the same brush to really lightly go under your lash line, but we're not going to go all the way to the inner corner or the outer corner. This is, we're kind of creating a little shadow, kind of like a shadow where your lashes are. So stop about here, and also don't go all the way, just kind of in the, mostly in the middle of the lashes. Middle of the eye. Then for the liner, I'm going to use my MAC Blacktrack, and we're going to create quite strong winged liner, and I'm also using my Shu Uemura 6M brush. So what I like to do in order to kind of make sure that I get a really fine line is I take the pot and I kind of cover both sides, and if you feel like there's too much product on the brush, just put it on the back of your hand. And then pull lightly, but not too much. And I tend to start in the middle, and then first go outwards, and then start going inwards. And the line gets thinner and thinner the closer to your inner corner you get. I'm going to wing up pretty much at the natural kind of like outer corner of my eye, and I am going to wing it up. So first I'm just going to draw a line to meet that eyeshadow, and then I'm going to draw a line backwards, and then I'm just going to fill it in. And always compare the liner in both eyes. I'm then going to curl my lashes and put on some mascara. And then I'm going to put on some fake lashes. I'm using the Vintage Cosmetic Company's Gracie's. They're a super cute company in England. I'll put a link to the website below. And these are kind of a little bit elongating, so it's shorter in the inner corner and longer in the outer corner, and they're kind of quite defined, so it'll give you that kind of a starry eye effect. So I'm going to put these on. I have a video on how to put on fake lashes, so I'll link to it from here. Then while the lash glue dries, I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I'm using Laura Mercier brow definer in a warm. Now this is, I think this is the darkest color that it comes in, and it's definitely darker than my brows, but I want a really defined look for my brows, so I'm kind of darkening them up a little bit. So I'm not like changing the shape dramatically as such. I guess I'm making them a little bit thicker, but I just want to really accentuate the shape, so I'm going to make my brows darker because my brows are not very dark. So when you compare my two brows now, this is just much more of a defined kind of neat shape. I have elongated a little bit in the outer corner, but you really want that kind of a very defined brow. Then I'm going to do my waterline with a light blue. I love putting light blue in my waterline. It really brightens up the eyes and it gives a little bit of a different effect for this vintage look. Now I'm going to use Q-tip first because I want to make sure that the waterline is completely dry, and I also want to make sure there's no makeup on it already. I'm using Biguine Paris, and this is in a 5219 Sky Blue. You don't have to use this brand. It's essentially, I'll just swatch it for you. It's just a beautiful sky blue, but you could use any kind of shade of blue you want. And I'm just going to do my waterline. Also, what I like to do with pencils is warm it up on your hand first, because then you get so much more color out. And then I'm going to put another coat of mascara to combine the fake lashes with my own lashes, and also I'm going to do my bottom lashes. Then I'm going to put a little bit of matte highlighter. This is the Shu Uemura Peach 42, one of my favorites, and I'm going to use my Eve Pearl fan brush, and I'm just going to brush it just under my eyes. I'm going almost all the way to the eyes, but I really like using a matte highlighter for vintage looks because you don't want to go kind of too shimmery. Pull a little bit down my nose as well. Then for lipstick, I'm going to use my new favorite red. This is by Makeup Forever, and it is Rouge Artiste Intense in a 42, and it's cold red. It's like cherry red, I would say. Not cherry, but it's definitely a cold red, and it has, unlike MAC's Ruby Woo that I love, which is really similar to this, this one has a little tiny bit of a sheen to it. It's not 100% matte. But then before I do that, I'm going to use MAC's Cherry lip liner, and with red lips I kind of tend to start from the center. So I'm lining, but I'm also kind of filling in a little bit. Then I'm going to use the lipsticks just straight from the tube. And make sure you've got no red lipstick on your teeth, so put your finger like this and go just to get the lipstick from the inside of your teeth. And remember to wipe your hands, because otherwise you're going to get the lipstick everywhere. And then I'm just going to put a beauty mark. I am going to go for just under, actually my parting's on this side, so I'm going to go for this side, just under my eye, and I'm using MAC Smolder. Cool, okay, I'm going to take my hot rollers off. So I've had hot rollers on, they're all cold now, and I've kind of rolled them from my parting is here, so I've rolled them down in the front, so kind of like this, and then just down the back, and I've used the medium in the front, and then I've used the small ones in the back. So we'll take these off. So then I'm going to brush the curls out nicely and see kind of which way they start to go, and kind of forming the curls with your brush. Now I'm going to use a headband that I have stored on my upper arm. So this is a little kind of a headband that has a bow on it. You could use, you know, whatever kind of headband you like. So I'm going to put it under my hair, and I'm going to put the actual bow, whoop, just near my parting. So just play around with your curls and see how you like them. If your hair is longer, you might have to pin some in, but because my hair is kind of up to here, and when you curl it, it just kind of goes boing. So I don't really have to curl it that much. So I hope you like the look, and thanks for watching.